Good morning, illustrious beings of light and joy and happiness and complete humanness. Good morning. Thank you. I was a minute or two late. I had to tend to my two doodle dogs. But anyway, I hope you all had a good sleep last night and woke up awake and ready. Awake and ready this morning. And Narayanji, thank you so much for being here. And Mary and Alex, it's been a while. Welcome back to your home there. And I hope you're enjoying it after the mountains. Lisa and Jim Clark and Venny. Oh yes. Um, we have no idea, quite frankly, how potent is this Gita morning. And I think you probably wouldn't be here unless you felt that that's pretty powerful for you. And it's even times a billion more powerful than we could ever give it credit for. Being here and just absorbing as best we can the truth of ages, you know, the scripture of ages, in my opinion. There's the Bible in the East and the Bible in the West. And this is the Bible of the East. And so I want us to just hunker in because we have more than just a Gita stream this morning. We need to complement it with some beautiful thoughts from Yogananda Ji, who is the commentator, who's the one who's done the translation of this Gita for us. So we got the best of both worlds this morning, my dears. And I'm broadcasting from Ashland, Oregon, on a cool morning with a cool attitude to have a attitude of gratitude today. A cool attitude of gratitude for today. How does that sound? And but first, I just want to read to you something that came in from the Yogananda camp, and it stopped me in my tracks. It's about the Christ consciousness, my dears. And usually, if we think of, well, with the season, the holy season coming up, and this is from the second coming of Christ, Yogananda's interpretation of the second coming of Christ, and but it's cosmic. It's cosmic. It's just let's go cosmic right from the get go this morning, okay? It might help us just to understand things a little more. So he said to perceive. So close your eyes, my dears. Close your eyes and let's go to where the Christos is right now, where the Christ consciousness is right now, which is within us, around us, everywhere, omnipresent. But to perceive this formless Christ, Yogananda says, this formless Christ that I just said is within us and around us and everywhere. To perceive this formless Christ, my dears, is the greatest manifestation of Christianity. Yeah, is okay. So let's hear what he says. It's the greatest manifestation of Christianity to behold not only a man confined to a tiny bodily form, but the radiant glow. This is what got me this morning. But the radiant glow of Christ's glory that spreads to the stars and rotating universes. How about that? Radiant glow of Christ's glory that spreads to the stars and rotating universes, shining in every atom, shining in every atom, my dears. And every pulse of the world. It's a vibrational force, vibrational force. The devotee can talk to this force, this power, who adopts any form to answer it. That God, Christ consciousness, will adopt to any form that tunes in with it. Whoever understands this power understands that God is both personal and impersonal. This power, my dears, is the light of the world, not only of this world, but of the entire universe, endowed with consciousness and intelligence. The devotee who communes with this eternal light, Om Namo Namah, I bow to that eternal light of the Christ consciousness. So the devotee who communes with this, so let's just immerse ourselves. How's that for communion right now? Immerse yourself in the eternal light, that eternal glow, this power, this both personal power and impersonal power of Christ consciousness. That eternal light that can hear, speak, smell, taste, move, take on a form thousands of different ways. Knows Christ without form. It is the formless spirit, my dears, that we must worship. Wow. Imagine taking your eyes off of this world every day, in every way, in every breath, and putting it on the formless spirit that we must worship, Yogananda says, that we must worship. And by worshiping him, we are made free. So this is from the Second Coming of Christ, Volume 3. Yogananda's Second Coming of Christ. All right. So we have that to completely take us to another level before we even start the commentary for today. You know, we're almost done with this chapter 16, and we'll be going on 17 here shortly. All right. So I'm just saying, let's take our time. You know how important this day is and how spectacular this day is, my dears. Do you know that this is an opportunity today to wake up maybe a lot more, or even just a little bit more than we are already awake, and of this glorious power that we can commune with, that will respond to us in a way that we commune with it? It will respond. Hey, there's my doodle. Hey, where did she go? My doodles have arrived. Yeah, the ones that had me be a minute or so late this morning. But anyway, so you imagine, I just want us to so appreciate that we are in a body right now, that we are who we are right now, that we are in a group that is immersing themselves in the Eastern Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, and tuning in with the glorious. When we say the Christ consciousness is all those things that I just read from Yogananda, but it's also the Krishna consciousness. It's the same thing, my dears. And today's, as we almost wind up this chapter 16, it's called the right understanding of scriptural guidance for the conduct of life. So we are studying a scripture, right? Yeah. Although we are also worshiping the formless Christ as we do that. Probably the number one thing to do is to worship the formless Christ and not get stuck in our heads, not get stuck in a distraction, but to use this time because it's so incredibly valuable, because life is going by in like a jet stream, my dears, as you know, a jet stream. But but for us, we stop time. We stop. Be still, Yogananda says. Stop. Be still. And out of the silence will loom the divine presence. What's that doggy doing? He melts into the comforter. Right? So yeah, let's just melt into the comforter, the holy comforter, my dears, of this Christ consciousness presence, all right? So that we can spend these minutes together in almost a supernal, not of this world consciousness. So Narayan, Mary, Alex, Lisa, Jim, and many, that we can spend this time together with our soul brothers and sisters and really take advantage. Oh, here comes the other one. Now I can close this. Can you give me a second? I want to close my door. Come on, up. Thank you, everybody. We're still trying to get settled here in Ashland. This is this is a new residence that we have here, and we still have boxes everywhere and still trying to get things organized. But it's all good. We're happy. We're happy underneath. We're really happy underneath, not because of where we are outwardly, but because of who we are inwardly. All right. So the right understanding of this Gita, let's say, this scriptural guidance for the conduct, in case you need a little help, my friends, about how to be in this world, it may be that we don't be in this world. We're in the world, but we're not of the world. You've heard it said. So these are verses 23 to 24. And verse 23 is this. So, having said all that, having read from the second coming of Christ, and this glorious Christ consciousness that's everywhere and relates so perfectly to us. You know, we have a hard time relating to ourselves, right? Well, otherwise, we'd be really happy campers, that we would understand ourselves, that we'd understand what the human condition is. We know it's a dream, drama, delusion at that. And so we could discover for ourselves the impact of this consciousness that we are digging deeper into every time we come here, my dears. And this conduct of life, do you have it all figured out? Right? So that means our conduct is up for grabs. Our conduct of life is up for grabs. So we have a lot of help here, is what I'm saying, my dear. We have a lot of help here. Do you know that your intuition, because all of this is that we're talking about and sharing about in the whole Bhagavad Gita is about intuition, that your intuition is the greatest friend you will ever have. That inner knowing, that gut feeling, that something that you know is right, but sometimes the environment or others, or even your own self, will talk you out of something that you know is right because you feel it as a divine instinct, as the truth. It's called intuition, my dears. So that's the greatest teacher we have, is that we take these words, we melt them into our heart's love, and we let our heart do the alchemy of the understanding of these words and the gifts that come from being here. The gift of life itself is an honor, is a glory, just to be in a human form, and especially since we are in a human form, looking and worshiping the formless. We take our eyes off this busy, chaotic world and we put it on this formless, beautiful, divine lover, friend, best friend we'd ever have. We put our whole attention on that formless one. And how do we do that? Through our intuition, okay? So this is what the verse 23 is. She or he who ignores, what's ignorance? But even the ignorance, IGNORANCE, ignorant. So he or she who ignores is ignorant, who ignores the scriptural commands, and who follows her or his own foolish desires. Remember what Sri Yukteswar said, desire. My great enemy is giving me lots of trouble, Lord, is giving me so much trouble. That enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace, night and day in thy joy, O Lord. That's our castle of peace, my dears. That's what we huddle up as we come to Gita. We huddle up like football players, we put our arms around each other, grab, and we listen to the play by play. All right? As we huddle up in this beautiful, beautiful divine friendship and consciousness that we're all exploring, investigating, and experiencing together in this most incredible time to be alive on this planet Earth. Incredible time. But he or she who ignores the scriptural commands and who follows her own foolish desires does not find happiness or perfection or the infinite goal. All right? So you think we're in the right place at the right time, my dears? Does this feel totally synchronistic to you? Does this feel like divine synergy at its finest? Being here right now, this morning, it does that to me. Even though when I looked at the clock, it was 4:44, whatever. Wait a minute. I don't know if I could even think a thought right now. Anyway, we are here as best we can be here in this beautiful morning of November 18th, 2025. And then the verse 24 says, therefore, now that we've heard that we're not going to ignore the scriptural commands, therefore, take the scriptures as your guide. In this case, take Yogananda's consciousness as our guide, because that's what we're learning from. That avatar's consciousness, right? Which is God consciousness. Therefore, take the scriptures as your guide. Your guide. Like you're going up in Nepal, you're going up to those big old mountain peaks, doing a climb. Mary and Alex doing a climb. So you have your guides. You have your guide. The scripture is your guide in determining what should be done and what should be avoided. But how best can you follow up on that little nugget? That with intuitive, how do we determine what should be done and what should be avoided? Through intuition, through that beautiful place of you that is gorgeous, is happy right now, is filled to the brim with a joy that is not understood by humans. It's a supernal joy. It's an eternal, formless, invisible, intangible joy. Right? That's our guide. That's our guide, my dears, in determining what should be done and what should be avoided. If it's a worry or an anxiety choice you need to make, or you have those emotions going on, how about trying out a joy cocktail? A joy cocktail. I never knew joy. God is ever new joy cocktail, right? So with intuitive understanding, my dears, of the injunctions declared in Holy Writ, be pleased to perform thy duties here. Be pleased that you have a chance. You're awake enough. My dears, you're awake enough to know that it is an honor, it's a glory, it's the highest sattvic thing we can be doing is to understand the purpose of our incarnation, right? The purpose of our incarnation. And then to be pleased to perform all the duties, all the divine duties. But I need to read you something more from Yogananda. His presence is so strong this morning, my dears. Before I continue reading from the Holy Scripture, the Holy Writ, I just want to give you another taste of how we go about this in this buried, so to speak, in chapter 16 of 18 chapters in this Holy Scripture. All right. So these are some thoughts from Yogananda, which are drenched in a consciousness now that if you let your heart intuitively receive these words from him at any stage of the game, in any way that you can perceive them, will take you to another level of consciousness. So this is what he says. The true devotee's heart. Narayan, you are true devotee. Your heart is singing, girl. Mary, Alex, your true devotee's heart. God bless you. God bless you for being here. Lisa, Jim. The true devotee's heart is always saying, you know what your intuitive heart is always saying, my dears? My Lord, or Divine Mother, Ma. Whoever is your Ishta, whoever is that aspect of divinity that is pulling at your heartstrings right now. You're saying, my Lord, or Ma. I do not want to become ensnared in the delusory drama of thy creation, O Lord. I don't. I'm just letting you know, and you know that. I don't want to be ensnared in this delusory drama of thy creation. I want no part of it. Be in the world, but not of it. I don't want to become ensnared. I don't want any part of it except to help in establishing thy temple in the souls of men and women. And thus we can, bring a little light into the picture here today, my dears. To whomever, whatever you see, do, hear, smell, taste, and touch. That we all have one beautiful goal in mind that brings some light, to bring some peace, to bring some understanding, bring some compassion, right? So that's worth it. But other than that, we don't want to get ensnared here, right? Thy temple in the souls of men, and help in establishing thy temple in the souls of men and women. Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves. All the lights do light themselves. And darkness like a dark bird flies away, flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, flies away. Right? Who's in my temple? Thy temple in the souls of men we want to bring more awareness to. Everything belongs to thee, O God. Such devotion like this reaches God. That devotee finds God. But this is the doozy woozy quote to help us this morning understand these verses 23 and 24 about how important is the scripture, but it's a living consciousness scripture. So don't get hung up on a book. It's the intuition that you have that knows that what's inside a book, right? And in this book, your intuition is what we're just describing. And this is another quote from Yogananda to help you understand this. Love him. Talk to him. Every second of your life. in activity, in silence, with deepest prayer, with the unceasing desire of your heart, with the unceasing desire of your heart. And you shall see the screen of delusion melt away, melt away. You shall see the screen of delusion melt away, my dears. And he or she who is playing hide and seek in the beauty of flowers, he or she, that divine, formless Christ, Christos, glorious presence, that she is playing hide and seek in the beauty of flowers, in souls, in noble passions, in dreams, shall come forth and say, that presence that is peekabooing, who's playing hide and seek in the beauty of flowers and souls and noble passions and dreams, shall come forth and say to you and me, dears, you and I have been apart for a long time because I desired that you give me your love willingly, willingly. When I live life, I need God. That's willing. When I live life, I need God. But we've been apart for a long time because I desire that you give me your love willingly. I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma, every second of my life, Ma. In activity. Oh, do you see the little face on the bottom of right of my picture? The little doodle face, right? That's Divine Mother as the animal. as your most loved, beloved pet. That's Divine Mother. Yeah. I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma, every second of my life, Ma. In activity, in silence, with deepest prayer, with the unceasing desire of my heart, Ma, Ma, with the unceasing desire of my heart. Ma, ma, and I shall see the screen of delusion melt away, melts away. Oh, it's melting away. Can you feel the delusion just melting off you, dripping off you right now, my dears, for your beautiful showing up this morning? Huh? God sees it, feels it, acknowledges it, is joyous about it. He knows you. She knows you inside and out. My dears, let this show go on. You just become immersed in saying, I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma. I love you, God. I talk to you, God, in every second of my life with the unceasing desire of my heart. Okay, so you get a feeling for today's reading, right? You get a feeling for what is it happening intuitively with us in this Gita. This Gita scripture, which is guidance for the conduct of our lives. Yeah. And we get that guidance through the intuition. And what is intuition? Unceasing love of our hearts for the divine. Unceasing practicing the presence of the divine. Unceasing remembering that today is just a dream. It's just a dream. We could be gone in an instant, my dears, and all of this dream that you're dreaming right now, all the little details of your life, where you live, what you have planned today, all those details gone in an instant, in an instant. So, can we be gone in this instant, my dears, to see what it's like to live in the consciousness of that divine Christ, Christos, unbelievable, formless consciousness, just so we can see that there is nothing to fear about the next the next thing that could happen to us, whatever that may be, today, tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, that we have no worries at all. So he says, I've waited this long so you, until you can come forth and say to me, God says, you and I have been apart for a long time because I desired that you give me your love willingly. And for us, my dears, when I live life today, I need you, God. I need you, Mom. I need you, soul. I don't have a clue of what to do. That's why I'm on this Gita street, because I admit it. Right? I admit that I'm powerless against this delusion. Absolutely. Right? So this is why I'm here, Lord. Give you my love willingly. You are made in my image, God goes on to tell us. You are made in my image, and I wanted to see if you would use your freedom. So, however you look at today, are you free? Are you free today? We'll let you figure all that out. Are you free today? I wanted to see if you use your freedom. So, whatever was your response when I asked you, are you free? Let it hinge on this. You are made in my image. And I wanted to see if you would use your freedom to give me your love. Towards the end of this book, we're going to see that wonderful line. The end of this book, this Gita scripture for conduct of life. And it's going to say, give me thy heart. But I'm saying, let's don't wait for the end of the book. I would say that there's only one focus to have, and that is this moment. And it's important. It's really important. Life is flying by. The hourglass is running low, my dears. And we want to make hay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay when we're feeling okay. Back to the garden. And what does it say in our holy scripture? As we had read, I think, verse 24, therefore, take the scriptures as your guide in determining what should be done and what should be avoided. So we kind of covered that, right? With intuitive understanding of the injunctions declared in Holy Writ, be pleased. This is a crazy wording by Yogananda. Be pleased. Be happy. Be joyous to perform thy duties according to a child of God. Holy conduct as your intuition is guiding you. That which is pure, that which is you can just smile about because you know you're conscious and consciousness is clear, dear, all clear because your motive is so pure and clear. Your heart is so open. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Remember that chant of Yogananda? Of course you do. This is the one most played, I think, in the temples in this world and in the meditation groups. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Wilt thou come? Wilt thou come just for once come to me? Will my days fly away, O mother? Will my days fly away without seeing you, beloved? Will my days fly away without seeing you, my love? Night and day, though, night and day I look for thy love. I give you my love, and that will find your love. If I give my love to you, I will find your love. So I could be seeking all I want, but if I don't have love in that seeking, then I won't be able to find your hiding place, the peekaboo. Peekaboo, 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 beloved, you are here. Peekaboo, 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 beloved, you are here. You are here. Beloved, you are here. You are here. Beloved, you are here. Peekaboo, 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 peekaboo. I made a song out of that once. Yeah. But you get it, right? So let's move along. I hope you're enjoying the pace of today. I hope you're enjoying the insights and the intuition sparkling in you. That's just like just one after another beautiful sparks of this divinity that you are, my dears. You don't have to fix anything today, change a thing, do anything different, except love her, talk to her every second of your life, Mom. I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma, every second of my life, Ma. In activity, in silence, in deepest prayer, with the unceasing desire of my heart, Ma, Ma. Okay, that's what we do today, my dears, if you so choose. If you are willing, when I live life, to really need this guide, this intuitive guide, so that your conduct in life today is pristinely making you happy and free. Okay? So Yogananda goes on. This is kind of a trip what I'm going to read to you now. And I don't know how far we'll get because I'm looking up and it's 7:40 almost. Is that right? Is that real? He said the human body is an epitome of all the external activities of nature, of not only human nature, and this in the outer nature, as Mother Nature, that we're an epitome of all those same activities as nature is. The sun rises, the moon comes out at night, all those things. We are a human body is an epitome of all of those external activities of nature, and also the underlying universal intelligence or consciousness. Let's don't forget there's the manifest world and there's the unmanifest world. And where does the Christ consciousness live? In the unmanifest, and in the formless part of this manifested world. In the formless, that's why we're saying love the formless, my dears. Love the one who's playing hide and seek. You won't see him or her at first, but you will eventually if you keep on. I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma, every second of my life. I guarantee it. It's guaranteed. That's what the guides tell us. This is what this scripture is telling us. So we're an epitome of all those things that Mother Nature is, and the underlying intelligence or consciousness in creation. The same cosmic powers and ordinances that create and govern the macrocosm of the universe are also at work in you, Narayan, Mary and Alex, Lisa and Jim and Benny. Those same underlying universal intelligences and consciousness, those cosmic powers, my dears, and ordinances that create and govern the macrocosm of the universe are also at work in man and woman, the microcosm. Man and woman's body are thus the real seat of true knowledge itself, the shastras, or Vedas, the shastras, the Vedas. The Vedic texts have an esoteric division. Those old, ancient Vedic texts, man, have an esoteric division, that of knowledge or wisdom, esoteric wisdom, formless wisdom, intuitive wisdom, right? That's what I do believe Yogananda is saying here. Those ancient texts have an esoteric, intuitive division, let's say, that of true knowledge and wisdom. Correspondingly, your physical body, dears, and bodily instrument, with its sentient activities is compared to the esoteric aspect of the Vedas, the intuitive aspect of the Vedas, the unseen, formless, Christ consciousness aspect of the Vedas. That your physical body instrument with its sentient activities is compared to that esoteric aspect of the Vedas, and the inner subtle astral centers and higher states of consciousness correspond to the esoteric or wisdom aspect that's not only in the scriptures, that's not only in the ancient scriptures, but it's in you from the get-go, my dears. So how is that? How is that for a morning so far? So far, my dears. We're so far as close as we can be if you're maintaining that sweetness right now, just being, I'm sure you're feeling some magic popping up and guiding you right now. I can feel it. Lisa just expressed some hearts. She keeps expressing some hearts. So that might say it all for all of us here today. My dears, maybe a little bit more. As has been explained throughout the Gita commentary, this is what I put as the subject of our stream this morning. As has been explained throughout these years that we've been studying the Bhagavad Gita commentary by Yogananda, the goal, you ready? The goal of human existence is to become established. The goal of your existence today. Now look at the things you're going to do. But more importantly, look at the consciousness that you're going to do them with, my dears. And see if it aligns with this important thing. I'm going to read it to you again, that the goal of human existence, so that isn't just, something that's just let float out there. It's the goal of your human existence today, right now. That the goal of human existence is to become re-established, in one's true self. That's it. Is there anything else for me to focus on today? Oh, you could go on and on and on with that answer, right? But in terms of being as a goal of your life, and the goal being this present moment, there's no moment more powerful and no more important than this one. And that you have this beautiful heart shining and the door of your heart wide open. And I love you, Ma. I talk to you, Ma, every second of my life, kind of going on, so that you can be more established in your true self today, so that you are on purpose, my dears. Because that's the goal of human existence, is to become re-established in one's true self, the soul. And I know it's hurt. The whole Bhagavad Gita is this expressed in different ways. So there is another line here that I want to get to, and then we'll close, and I'll get ready for the meditation that's coming up. So there's the goal, right? Goal of human existence is to become reestablished in one's true self, the soul, in self-realization. And self-realization attained by the practice of yoga. So how are we going to go about our day? Are we going to be yogis, yoginis, and yogis? Right? And just work on that, not just work on it, but love on that union with love itself and the invisible Christ consciousness, the formless, peekaboo, beloved, I am here, right? So we have a practice, and it's called yoga, my dears. The devotee knows through direct divine experience all truth to be known about creation and its creator through intuition. Into me I see, intimacy. The ordinary man and woman identified with the physical body is oblivious of his and her inherent sensitive cerebral spinal instrument of life and consciousness with its wondrous revelations, completely oblivious to it and insensitive to the cerebral spinal instrument of life and consciousness with its wondrous revelations. But the advanced yogi and yogini, transcending the limited faculties of the mind and senses, perceives, this is it, what I wanted to say. So that advanced yogi and yogini, transcending the limiting faculties of mind and senses, perceives with the pure intuition of her and his soul the true nature and workings of the body, and we could say, and everything else. The pure intuition of the soul. She knows its life and intelligence are empowered and enlightened by the life force and consciousness issuing from the divine cerebral spinal reservoirs of power. I'm just putting a little mark for starting here, 24th or so, whatever, 7 days from today. So that this is where we'll pick up next Tuesday, starting in this breath. That's where Tuesday is. So far away, but not in the here and now. It's right here, right now. All right. We will see you then, my dears. Mary, Alex, it's been a joy. You've brought so much life force and mountains, vistas, and all that mother nature that you just gobbled up in Utah. OMG. We can feel it here. Thank you for being that. You, Alex and Mary, who you are, just who you are, impacts, just who you are. You don't have to, there's no performance here. There's no any extras that you need to add. You're pretty darn beautiful and powerful as you are. Thank you. It feels so great to have you back on this line. It's not the same without you. But we know that there's never a without you because you're always in our hearts. All right. Anyway, you get the rattle. You get the shaker, you get the tablas, my dears. You get the kirtan noise of this stream this morning, right? Which is the whole purpose of human existence, is to get reestablished in your true self. And from that true self establishment comes the intuition to perceive that universal Christos consciousness that you and me and everyone is. And so it is. All right. Much love, beautiful Gita. Gitaites. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And we'll see some of you again coming up here on the meditation, which I'm feeling more and more as a daily download of divinity, which is what I did for years on Facebook. Those kinds of streams. It feels like that. But because meditation can take many forms. Do you know that you think of God during an action today? You think of God in anything, that's meditation. Being in the practice of the presence of that formless Christ consciousness, meditation. You wanting that, loving that, being with that is meditation. All right. Love you all. Until we meet again in the joy and never leave the joy. So we're meeting and greeting all the time.